Orfeh. She's here with me this morning.
Would I ever give you bad advice? Have I ever steered you wrong? Well, maybe I did once or twice, but now we're singing a different song. 'Cause there ain't no...
That was Orfeh performing right here on Good Day back in early December of last year, performing Rodeo Drive from the hit Broadway show Pretty Woman, the musical. For Good Day fans, a short while back, and audiences know her as the lovable but very straight-shooting Kit LUCA in the show. And today's audience know her as my co-host for the 9 a.m. hour. Would you please welcome Orfeh? So funny. I'm so glad to have you with us this morning. Really. When you were back here last year, I had Norm Lewis on with me.
Yes.
You came on and, you know, belted out Rodeo Drive, and you were like, I don't know if I'm really a morning person.
Well.
And I did see your Instagram today getting up at 5:30.
It was dark.
Yes.
It was completely dark. You saw there was no light. I couldn't, like, turn on the lights, and Andy would be like, what are you doing? But, yeah.
Andy Carl, by the way.
Carl.
Just, you know.
The husband.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was so happy when you asked me to do this. I'm so excited to be here.
I am too.
Thank you for
we need to
having
know
me.
you a little bit more,
Yeah,
right?
well,
I mean,
thanks.
your fans know you, but you know, it was just too quick of a glimpse. So
No.
let's talk about Pretty Woman right
Okay.
now, okay?
Yes.
Because when you first started on with it, I mean, you were Jerry Mitchell's secret weapon, he calls you.
I really like that moniker. I'm actually getting used to it. Thank you, Jerry Mitchell.
Embrace it.
I love it. You know, he called me one night, late at night, and he's like, be here tomorrow at 10 o'clock. I'm not telling you anything else. Be there.
And you had
That
no
was it.
idea what he was talking about.
No idea, no clue, and I trust him implicitly. Obviously, we've, you know, we did Legally Blonde together, and I was like, well, if Jerry wants me somewhere tomorrow at 10 a.m., slightly less dark at 10 a.m., I'll be there. And it happened to be Pretty Woman the musical.
And so when you first started, he already knew he wanted you for Kit,
Yes,
right?
He had envisioned me for the role from the moment this had come to him and it became his project. He was like, well, I know who's playing Kit.
Right.
So.
But you play her a little differently, because if we think about the movie, Kit didn't have the lines, the persona as much as you've given her, right?
Yeah, you know, I got very lucky. They let me, Jerry and the creative team and JF and Brian and Jim Valance, they let me run away with her. You know, I think that
What did you add to her? What's different about...
A lot. You know, I think there was we came up with a backstory, we came up with more closure. I think the thing that I would hear a lot over the years about Kit in the movie was that people wanted more, and they were left going, well, what happened to Kit? So I think that we wanted to give that more of a well-rounded experience so that people wouldn't go, well, I still don't know what happened to Kit. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So I think I was very, very lucky that they trusted me and they let me go with it, you know. So that's what happened.
We'll take you back to Murray Hill, where you grew up, right?
Yes. 35th and 3rd.
Right. And when you with a bunch of friends went to see Pretty Woman.
Yes, on 34th and 3rd.
Right, exactly. Which now isn't even, it's like a condo or something now, right?
It's a giant condo. It was like the first big condo they built, like, right in Murray Hill. The other big condos were built over more east on First Avenue. They built all the Corinthians and the River Plaza or something. But then they tore down the theater and they built all these glass windowed condos. But there was a Lowe's theater there when I was a kid, and we all went and saw Pretty Woman there.
Do you remember your first impressions?
Yeah, I do. First of all, I was like, oh my God, Julia Roberts. Oh my God, Richard Gere. Then I thought, well, maybe one day Gary Marshall will discover me too.
But isn't that kind of how you have to think big? You have to think big.
Yeah, but we were all just so in love with the movie. It was such a charming, romantic, insanely kind of like take your breath away story. And I think we all snuck over on a matinee, what would be considered a matinee time.
Right.
And we just had the best time, and we were all just gushing, and none of us have ever forgotten. I've said this before, but I could call everyone I went to the movies with that day, and we'd all remember that moment. Because it's become a thing now, and I'm in the show, so it's a little strange.
And you ended up meeting Julia Roberts, and of course Gary Marshall. He kind of gave you the blessing, because he knew it was going to be brought to Broadway. Yeah,
and he was that morning, the secret morning that Jerry was talking about. Gary Marshall was in the room.
I met him once also. I have food allergies, and he had food allergies, like to all kind of condiments.
Oh my God.
To the point of when he was growing up, Penny Marshall said that he was like the sickly child, and he would have, no one knew what to pinpoint it. You know, they didn't know it was mayonnaise or eggs or shellfish or whatever, and he used to have tasters that would go with him to different events, and they would taste
The royal
food
tasters.
right before he would have it.
Wow.
And so it's just, you know.
Do you have a royal taster?
I don't.
We're
if
gonna
I
get
taste
you a royal
I have an EpiPen. That's what I have. If something goes wrong, I shoot myself in the thigh and I keep it moving.
Wow.
But you know, I just thought it was kind of interesting also. But he didn't actually see it performed on Broadway.
No,
right?
he did not. He did not. We did a special performance in his honor the night that Julia Roberts came.
Right.
And we kind of all really felt like he was there. But he was in the very first half-act table read, the 29-hour reading we did, the secret one.
And he gave a thumbs up.
And we had the best time. He was everything you wished he was. He was exactly Gary Marshall.
Right.
Kind of like when we met Julia Roberts, and she was every inch Julia Roberts. These people have not disappointed.
So what is it these relationships that you have with big stars? You know where I'm going?
Yeah, I know where you're going.
Cher.
Yes.
How did you? She's your grandma.
My godmom.
I mean, not your godmom.
She'd kill me if she was my grandma.
I know, right?
She'd kill me right dead.
She's your godmother.
Yeah, she's my godmom. And, you
How
know,
did that happen?
I went to high school with Chaz.
Oh, okay.
And Chaz lived in my apartment on 35th and 3rd when we went to Performing Arts LaGuardia.
Right.
And I grew up with her. And we
Does she seem larger than life to you, or that's just?
You know, I was
your
young
godmom?
enough. I was young enough when I met her to not be a fool around her. Do you know what I'm saying? It was more of like, my mother was much more enthralled with the fact that we were hanging out. You know, for me, she was this unbelievably cool, amazing mentor. She's calm. She, you know, she smelled really good. She knew everything. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
The kind of stuff that a teen would be like, oh, this is so cool. And we had a really great relationship growing up. And she really taught me everything I know about the entertainment business.
And you were there the night of the Cher Broadway show, too.
Yes, so it was a crazy full circle moment to be at the Broadway opening of the Cher show, hanging out with Cher. It was like one of those big, complete, you know, it took me a while to kind of process it after the fact. I just kind of liked the look on everybody's faces at the party who clearly thought I was making up the whole thing. Like,
and you're like, no, this is real.
Well, you would pick the most famous star on the planet and say, that's my godmom, and I grew up with her.
Right.
Like, no.
But it's true.
But it's true. So that was worth the price of admission.
And for her,
alone.
I'm sure it was comforting to be surrounded by family.
It
People
was.
love her.
She was quite happy that we were there. Yeah.
Right.
You know,
Can
thankfully.
we talk about your hubby?
Yes, we can.
Of 18 years.
Of 18
okay, I'm going to tell you, I am every Saturday. It's just so pathetic because I'm always working on a project.
Right.
So I'm always cleaning my house. So marathon.
We need to hang out.
Marathon Saturday. I have SVU on. I do. I swear to God. It's, and then when I see that one episode.
Oh, where they.
Yes. I say to myself, oh no. He's such a sweetheart. I mean, that's where I know him from, not the Broadway star.
No, I know. That's actually a lot of people still don't know that he's a Broadway
Sergeant
star.
Mike Dobbs, he plays or played in season, I think, 16, 17, or 15, 16 in SVU.
But 17, season 17, SVU 17, hashtag.
Right.
And my mother called when he died.
Oh.
Is he okay? Oh, he's fine. A lot of people called. It was so real. It was so visceral for everybody. And, you know, and everybody loves Andy so much. That when that death scene happened.
And that never happens. No one from the SVU team ever does.
I believe he's the first.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a good or bad thing, but he was the first major character to ever be very killed very publicly on an episode. The whole episode was about Mike Dodd's passing.
But you all work together now. You have for three times, right?
3 times, yes.
Pretty Woman right now.
Pretty Woman, Legally Blonde, and we met in Saturday Night Fever.
Right, after only knowing each other for a couple of weeks, right?
We got married 5.5 months after meeting.
So clearly, take me to the moment you met him.
Oh, gosh.